What's so rad about Santa Cruz surfboards? How do they differ from other boards?
Well, my thought, the way I got into it is, I've always liked composite construction, because I've always thought that this guy named Aquatech made a hollow surfboard once, and when I talked to Grubby told me that the most expensive core to a surfboard is air, because you got to wrap the air.
Mm-hmm.
So I always thought there would be a way to make a composite surfboard, and in the 80s, this guy Capello from France was making windsurfers, and Doug was doing vacuum bagging windsurfboards.
Yeah, it's sailboard technology.
Yeah.
It is.
So,
How did that get developed? Just before surfing?
Windsurfing.
Sailboards?
Sailboards.
Yeah,
developed
sailboards.
that, Yeah, sailboards.
and this guy developed a system, and what it does is it kind of gave you a really strong ultralight. You can knock about 30% of the weight off the board, which I always liked light boards.
Yeah.
And then I was working at a place called Cobra in Thailand, doing some carbon work, and they were making sailboards there, and they were doing surfboards. This is about the same time Randy was going into that factory from Surftech. So I had Doug make some boards, some masters for me in 86, 90, 96, and 10.0. So I started making some boards there. But the problem is when the boards were finished, they would have to be finished like a surfboard, which means it had to be sanded and finished, which changes the shape of the board. And my theory was always to take the magic board, which you could never duplicate, by shape, by hand shape, and have that magic board come out every time. So over the years, what we did is we processed a system where we built the board from the outside in. So we get the magic board, and then we could mold the outside, and that would be our finished product, rather than from the inside out.
It's like a boat, gel coat, then inside, then do everything.
Do it all out, and then you come up with this magic board. And then from there, you could extrapolate it out to lightness, heaviness, flexibility. You just add all this stuff to it. But in the surf industry, they're still kind of archaic in what they're writing. People are, this is my view of it, people are so into what they're doing that they don't really want to advance it that far.
Yeah.
Well, they get used to a certain feel.
But,
Yeah.
They were taught, they learned on a certain feel of a board, so they get on something that's a little bit, technologically a little advanced. They, it doesn't quite ride like their old board. Well, it's not going to ride like your old board. It's a whole different deal. So some people love it and some people hate it. But if the rider got into feeling that feel and started working with that construction, it's a really solid board.
I used to watch you for years because you always used to have, you did air.
Yeah.
And over the years, I don't know if you even realized that I was doing this, is that I watched as your board technology evolved into lighter and lighter and lighter, your air got better and better and better.
For sure.
And that was my whole point, is looking at it, is the lighter and you were the prime example, because not only did you go higher with air, but you went faster. So you were surfing at a way faster speed than most people in the water.
Yeah, your speed would be
Instant.
right off the bat.
Yeah.
Where other guys would take off, it'd take them a few turns to build that speed up, but
Yeah.
you take off and you'd be maxed out totally.
But that was the equipment you were riding.
For sure.
And that, because I used to sit there and watch watch your boards. I watch you come down with a 5-foot board or 4-6 board. Just when I go out and I just sit there and watch. And sometimes I sit at the bottom of the line and watch. And I remember one day you were surfing and you went all the way from the hook through sharks, all the way through one day, and it's almost unmakeable.
Yeah.
And wow. So the theory is right.
For sure.
Now, how do you apply the theory to the masses?